This is another short video by Fibbity Gibbets. This one's going to be extra short. That's my plan. And so this is June the 4th, 2025. I want to say something about autism. Autism, as well as trespass sensitivity, and for that matter, trespass sensitivity autism, is about separation, the boundaries of keeping oneself separated from other people. I guess it's not going to be super short, but the responses, not reactions, but deliberate, willful, on purpose, not physiological reactions like amygdala and fight or flight, but no, the willful, deliberate responses of real autistic persons to trespass, that is, trespass of unwanted, uninvited noises, violating noise assaults that are unwanted, uninvited, and unwelcomed, and other unwanted, uninvited, unwelcomed assaulting things such as unwanted, uninvited, unwelcomed touches. And they can actually be assaults, or they can just be felt as some degree of invasion. And also just encroachments on the self and on boundaries. The autistic person, the real autistic person of this kind and type of autism, and there's other kinds, I acknowledge that. There's the kind where people just have an etiology of autism, where people just have some kind of problem with thinking and understanding and speech and language, but this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an autism where you are particularly acutely aware of trespass, of other people, trespassing behaviors and acts and things of other people that they do that enter your senses trespassingly in a unwanted, unwelcomed, uninvited, and violating way, whether it's noises, touches, changes, people movements, encroachments on your boundaries. These things are autism, very deeply so. And the responses of autistic persons, such as plugging their ears or a freeze. The freeze is stopping doing anything, not everything, because your heart still is beating. You're still alive, you're still thinking, but you're deliberately, it's not fight or flight. That's counterfeit autism, or just ignorance. It's not amygdala, because autism is not an amygdala condition. Autism is a mind condition, not an amygdala physiological brain condition of some of the amygdala part of the brain. That's not what autism is. Autism involves thinking and perceptions and responding to things that are some kind of uninvited, unwanted, unwelcomed trespass. So these responses that persons with autism do, that I've already mentioned two. One is plugging your ears, and the other is a freeze, which I partly explained. You stop talking, you stop responding, you stop moving, and you're waiting for the trespass to stop. It doesn't have to be a noise trespass, by the way. It could be a change trespass, a lighting change, for example. It could also be a touch trespass or a combination of trespasses, or it could be multiple noise trespasses and change trespass, such as a lighting change that was unwanted, uninvited, and unwelcomed and violating. Could be all of those things. And what they are about, those responses of a freeze, which is stopping, not responding, not answering, which is not an amygdala, fight or flight. No, it's deliberate. And plugging one's ears and also making noises, such as if I was to make this noise, that's a noise that kind of, and if I was to also plug my ears at the same time, that's making a boundary, trying to block some other noise. If there's some other noise and I've got my fingers in my ears, that is making a boundary, but it's also something else. What is that? Well, I'm about to tell you. It's about separation, keeping oneself separated from other people. So another thing about autism and trespass sensitivity autism and boundaries type autism is not letting people walk around you irreversibly or behind you irreversibly, to cross your path irreversibly, or to go another way if you're in their car than the way that you came irreversibly. And reversing, you've got these R's, resistant, restrictive. Well, add reversing to that. Sameness and reversing. It's not just repetitive, restrictive, resistant. Add to that reversing, because wanting to go back the same way, or else I'm getting out of the car, even if you're still in motion, that happens with autistic people. Not just me. There are autistic people that will get out of the car while it's moving, even while it's going 50 miles an hour. They want to get out if you're going another way, or if you made a loop and don't go back the way you came. There are autistic people who will want to get out of the car if you are unwilling to go back the way they came, even if the car is moving, because they want to get out and go back the way they came without you. So it's about separation from other people. All these things are about keeping oneself separated from other people. And that trespass sensitive autism, this also, I want to say, misphonia is an oversimplified, poor understanding, the hate of noise. That has been in the ether and has been around for millenniums. It's in the Bible. You can find talk about, a contentious woman is like a dripping and of water, I guess, and if a person is woke up with a loud noise in the morning, that it will be counted a curse to them. I'm not quoting chapter and verse right now, but this, even in those cases, it is about an unwanted, unwelcomed, uninvited noise, even in the Bible. That is the nuance to understand about it. Is an oversimplification, this concept of misphonia, and it's a concept that has been around for a very long time, decades. That is they've just decided to make it a kind of I think they've made it a diagnosis or a tentative diagnosis, but it's an ignorant diagnosis, because It's an attempt to describe trespass sensitivity because it has to do with trespass. And that's why you've got noises with misphonia, which is kind of a phony diagnosis, where they're okay with some noises that are, but not others. And why? Because some noises are trespassing and uninvited, and some noises are not trespassing. Because generally, your own noises don't trespass you. Neither do your own touches or your own changes. If I change the lighting, then I don't have a problem with that because I did it. It can't be a trespass from another person. Same thing with my own noises don't trespass me, and neither do they anyone else. Anyone with high extreme trespass sensitivity, they're not going to be trespassed by their own noises or their own touches or things that they invite. If they have a cat and their cat purrs and they like touching their cat, they've invited that. If they turn on the radio, they invited that. It doesn't trespass them. So it looks like contradictions, but it's not, because misphonia, although people think it's so mysterious, they think it's mysterious out of ignorance because they don't understand what it really is. It's not hate of noise. It is trespass sensitivity, and which is the sensitivity to things that trespass, that are uninvited, unwelcomed, and unwanted, and that violate viscerally. They're like an assault, or a mental assault, or a mental rape, because it's a trespass. And they actually have laws about noise violations and noise trespasses. And they have trespass laws. So think of it that way. That's what it really is, a trespass sensitivity. This is Fibbity Gibbets, June the 4th, 2000, Wednesday, 2025.